Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I am your hostess. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and we are back to do the latest episode of Tarot in the Shadows. This is being recorded for you June the 29th, 2021. And for everyone who requested the live link sent straight to your U.S. cell phone, you're getting that now. You're always responsible for the choices that you make, so make them responsibly. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. That's just fine. But when you've been brought here, you've been brought here by divine design. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens on purpose. So let's get into this reading and see what's coming through at this time. And we're going to begin with the Soul's Journey lesson cards to get the topic for this reading at this time. What do we have? Thank you, Lord Source God, creator of all that ever is, was, will be, or could be, divine Lord Source God energy. We have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. So there's some indecision going on in your experience, okay? What to do. Hi, Eric. Okay, this deck. All right. I'm being guided to grab the Tarot of Mystical Moments to begin pulling some messages for you. I was also told not to pull a specific spread. So this is going to be interesting because they're just going to channel some stuff freestyle. Okay, what do we have? First off, the Knight of Swords. Your angels, your spirit guides, your spirit team are moving you successfully to cut through any confusion that's here. The indecision, the confusion. See that cloud up there at the top? And how she has a wand and it cuts through. And she just follows that. So it's like letting spirit move you where you need to be. What else? So somebody here is like, okay, show me clearly where I need to be. The Knight of Cups are here saying you're holding on to your own heart. You're making sure that it is in the right pair of hands. You used to give it away, but now you're holding on to it as you move forward. So there's definitely emotion in your life. Somebody here making a choice between life purpose and love. What else? The Knight of Wands. Oh, Lord. The Knight of Wands jumping through fiery hoops. Things that a lot of people would never even begin to attempt to do. Taking a risk, taking a chance. Daredevil energy. Whichever choice you make, you know it's going to change your life. It's going to change the way you journey. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Star. Again, spirit involved, your guidance, your spirit team all up in this. Somebody has a strong Aquarius placement in their chart. You're overcoming some difficulty you had. This was ideas that were not beneficial. Things that you were holding on as truths, they weren't beneficial at all. And Spirit is moving you in a new direction, guiding you and guiding your footsteps is what I hear. Your footsteps are guided. So some of you are getting the inspiration to go out someplace you've never been or do things in a way you've never done. And that's definitely inspired. Anywhere where you doubted that, it's definitely by spiritual inspiration. And it's like, it's that gotta take a dump urge. When you gotta take a dump, you get yourself off of wherever you're at and you go to the restroom. Then some of you won't even go to the nearest restroom. You're like, I can only take a dump at home. And you go. So likewise, with this inspiration, it's like that. It's like there's some place you feel like you need to go. And so you get up and you go. There's a part of you that says, no, don't go over there. I don't want to go over there. And you get up and go anyways. So let's get some more. What else do you have for tribe tonight for this episode of Tarot in the Shadows? Please and thank you. So thankful and grateful to channel through these messages. Okay, they said put down the deck and Google search 3 nights in the spread. So hold on a second. In a tarot spread. Why? Okay. The first one says multiple nights in a tarot reading. Not 4 nights, 3 nights in a tarot reading. It predicts a lively debate. Debate and discussions, but not necessarily arguments. In love readings, 3 nights in close proximity can mean that you and your partner are well matched on an intellectual level. You have the same mentality and can disagree without hostility. Your relationship is a solid one. Due to your mutual interests and love of debate. For business and career readings, I would take 3 nights in your reading as a representative of the fact that you will have to defend your viewpoints, expertise, and systems for doing things in your industry. You will have to stand by your convictions with regard to your career. So, the energy of defense is here in business. The energy of being well matched in a relationship is here in relationships. And overall, a lively debate. They specifically said not an argument. I see a conversation with somebody who admires you, who's inviting you to go do something different, to a challenge. Okay, let's see what else we have. For someone, there's a younger person who is attracting a one-night stand type of energy in their life. We have the 10 of Voices. I hear whatever this is coming up for you. It goes against everything you know. So you kind of have to like decide based on past experience and previous knowledge that you've taken in, or do something different. So it's very difficult energy because you've decided some things and everything seems to be taking you against what you've decided. It's like somebody who their whole life has felt I'm monogamous, and now they're feeling polyamorous for some reason. This is somebody who says, I never have meat on in my diet, and now all of a sudden, yeah, that's just weird, but whatever, they're craving meat. So we're going to say what we heard. All right, what else? 10 of Voices is here. And the 3 of Inspiration. With the 3 of Inspiration, your ships are coming in. Interesting. A lot of stuff is set up, and it's like you did all the setup work. Look at the dominoes. You did all the setup work. And everything happens fast, really fast. I'm hearing, and it's going to take you through a doorway that you've never been in through before. Somebody is definitely, again, doing something that's very new. I'm hearing somebody is putting their act on display. There's somebody who plays the guitar, and you're going to be the center of attention. You're very nervous about it, but you can't help but get yourself out there and accept this opportunity because it's been a long time a long time since you've been developing this skill, this ability, you've been writing your own music for years. This is somebody here who's got this opportunity. And in reality, like, you're kind of a recluse. It's reminding me of, oh God, what's the girl's name? She sings a song called Money, and she always has a mask on. She never comes out without her mask. And, Lay Kelly 47. I looked it up one time because I wanted to see, well, what does this woman look like underneath her mask? And she specifically said that she doesn't show her face in any videos or anything like that. She's never shown her face to society because it enables her to feel freer in her performances. So there's somebody here who is really about this. So this is like somebody who's been working from behind the scenes. This will be like if I never ever showed my face on YouTube, and then all of a sudden, finally, I show you my face after years and years of doing this. Now, you haven't had that situation. Actually, there was a period of time where that did happen. Anyway, so this is somebody who's been doing something the same way, and you're going to do it, but you're going to put yourself in the middle, in the front, right in front and center in this now. Okay. I want to say hello to Yashazvi and to P and Maxine. And our next card out we have is the Knight of Materials. We officially have all the Knights out from 2 separate decks, but all the Knights are out. In this deck, the Knight of Materials, which is usually Knight of Pentacles action, it is in motion. In most decks, the Knight of Pentacles stands still. He doesn't really move. There's even some decks where he's been standing still for so long that nature has started growing around his feet, his hooves, and his ankles. But in this deck, this horse is in full gallop. Full gallop. That white rose is giving me pure positive energy and intention, a pure passion. Whatever this is that's coming in for you at this time that's set to completely change your life is something you have pure. This is like a passion project type of energy. Now I'm being guided to read about 4 nights in a reading. Okay, so for someone, this could symbolize time spent in a prison, it says. When applied to love, it can mean that somebody's lover could be incarcerated. It could mean that somebody will begin a relationship with somebody who's in prison. What the hell? Why are you making me read this? This doesn't vibe at all. In career and business, 4 nights will mean that you will work with prison psychologists, criminologists, or local authorities as part of your work. And if you're involved in any illegal activity, watch out. So, yeah, I don't know why I need to read that. Somebody needs to hear that. I'm not feeling a vibe with that at all, just so you know. So I feel like that's somebody external to you. Somebody, okay, thank you. There's somebody in your experience who is a person that does things that they know they shouldn't do. And they're about to get themselves caught up. Taking on too much, doing too much. What else do we have? The 7 of Emotions. This is my Make-A-Wish card. So somebody always said, no, I'm not going to do that. I will not do that. And then all of a sudden, as never say never, they say never say never. I hear never say never. Because somebody said they would never do this. They would never do this. But all of a sudden, something here is like, that's the only way to get what you want. You have to do that, what you said you would never do. What's at the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Materials. And there's that recluse energy. This is somebody who pulls back. Although very beautiful, she keeps her beauty to herself. And she is, I feel like she's kind of longing for something, and I hear that she's insecure. She's gorgeous, but she's insecure. She's undecided about moving forward in something because she really values the stability she built for herself. She said she would never take a certain type of risk again. And so some of you are like, I'm not a her though, and that's okay. It's the energy. But whatever this is, it's on the brain. First off, it's in full bloom. So there's an idea you've been thinking about that's in full bloom. You see that size of that big old pink rose up there? And it's hopeful. There's a hopeful energy there. But there's this energy here still where this person is by themselves. They've been very self-sustaining. I see a single hump camel in the background. So this is somebody who's really been pulled back into their self, who's taking care of their self emotionally, financially, some type of way here. You've been really taking care of yourself. I feel like you pulled back from a situation because it didn't change. It left you wanting. It didn't change at all. It left you wanting. And for somebody, part of why it didn't change and why it left you wanting is because this person continued to do things that they knew that they shouldn't have been doing. They knew they were doing some things that just wasn't a good idea to do. And they continued on. Consistent on it. So now you're at this point where you have to make a decision because you've been seeing a lot of things from a new perspective, and you have done a lot of healing work through this connection. You used to be very jealous, I hear, at some point in the past. You were very jealous, envious of others, and even of your love showing any type of interaction or conversation to another. You used to be very jealous. You're not that way anymore. You realize that wasn't benefiting you. So you matured in some type of way. But what didn't change was the other person's behavior. They're still acting immaturely. They still lash out when they talk. They still do stuff that proves their unreliability. And here you are moving forward. You're moving forward in a beautiful way. So let's see what else we have for you. We're going to shuffle the Light Seers Tarot now. So there's somebody here who's jumping through hoops because they made a wish for an opportunity to be in your life. But meanwhile, you've been shifting your focus. You've kind of turned your back to this energy. Wow. There's also somebody here who, in regards to love and romance, you and this person, the Ten of Cups in reverse. There was a lot of love here, but you pulled it all the way back because of a lack of reliability. In other words, the person said they were going to do things. They promised you the sun, the moon, the stars, and the sky. And honey, they delivered you nothing but a big old cry every time with a heavy sigh and a heavy heart. And you decide at this time, there's a need for us to part. Okay. So the Ten of Cups in reverse. What used to be a happy connection is no longer. What used to be a happy connection is no longer that. What else? And I hear, what kind of connection is this? Well, for some it's a friendship. For some it's a romantic partner. For somebody, this is family. Yeah, but this is definitely with another person. Clearly, this is definitely with another person. Show me more about this person, the other person in this, please, and thank you. All right, thank you. Perfect. We have the Five of Cups. This person is in deep regret and sorrow. They're definitely feeling the missing of you. 'Cause I'm missing you. Yes. See, the world is at the bottom of the deck. When you pulled back your energy over here, when you did this, because Spirit told you and guided you, and you felt like you were pushed to because of somebody's behavior, that caused them to end up in the world. They watched you close your energy down and move on from a situation. Now there's in sorrows and regrets because they had the Ten of Cups with you. They had the Ten of Cups with you. And now it's over. Baby, come back. Really? This song again? Don't you know I need you, girl? There is something, and I just can't live without you. Well, honey, apparently at this time, somebody's going to have to learn to live without you. They were born without you. They were doing fine before they met you. Now it's time for them to move forward. The Wheel of Fortune is here, closing down this karmic relationship and the karmic cycle that you are in, shutting this down, putting a lock on it. It's over. It's done. The choices that you're making to move forward and break through here with determination, in pure positive intention, changing the wheel of fate in your life. And on the other side of the table, that looks like a lot of sorrow and regret and heartbreak. And they're like trying to milk the lifeblood from the love that you gave to them at this time. But they're in a place, I'm hearing lunacy. Somebody is really losing their freaking mind. Somebody is really losing their freaking mind because you have pulled your energy all the way back. They don't know how to take that. They don't know what to do about it. They don't know what to do with themselves. Somebody is running around just talking to everybody and flirting with everybody and maybe spreading their sex around with everybody, just doing any old type of thing because they're literally losing their mind. Boy, that's not nice. You didn't want this for them. You did not want this for them. I hear you tried to tell them what needed to happen. You let your needs be made known. But at the end of the day, I hear you've grown. And this connection is not a fitting match or mate for you at all anymore. You transformed. You became a different person. They did not. Let's look at you with this Eye of Love Tarot. Let's look at you. Show me my beautiful tribe. Show me the tribe in this, please, and thank you. Okay. We have the Fool in reverse. You ain't nobody fool no more. In the past, you were a real fool for this situation. That's why there was love here. You were blind. You didn't know. You didn't see. You just kept moving forward blindly, just trusting, overly trusting. Somebody was overly trusting and overly submissive. Well, those days are over. Justice stepped in. You finally realized that, things were not working out well for you. I hear you lost a lot in this. Some of you, your finances were drained. Your time was drained. Your health went down in this connection. And yeah, you changed this. You changed the situation. You put an end to all the injustice in your life. You realized it was unfair. The Tower. You got rid of a bunch of things and you broke something down all the way to the ground because it was built on a false foundation. The foundation had a crack. If you didn't tear it down, it was only a matter of time until the whole thing became unlivable anyways. So yeah, the Tower came down and different ones had to go. For some of you, justice stepped in and removed someone from your situation. For somebody, there is definitely somebody here dealing with incarceration. And the King of Wands is here. Now you're ready to go. I feel like you're ready to go. Some of you, when this tear down, fall down, breakup came in, you were heated. You were quite angry. I see somebody who was very, very angry. And acting out of anger. Somebody is now realizing that a lot of stuff that they did was out of anger, but somebody's removed themselves from that situation. And part of the reason why they removed themselves from the situation, because this person who you were having this experience with kept doing a bunch of foolish shit, a bunch of nonsensical, childish, immature behaviors, making you jump through hoops that you didn't even never need to jump through. The bottom of the deck for you is love. There was true love here. Oh yeah, there was true love here. For somebody here, there is an unsuspecting connection coming in with a Libra person that's going to take you by surprise and make you want to jump up out your skin and do something. I don't feel like it's bad at all. I feel like it's really good, actually. For some of you, this is only happening because, interesting. You let go of a situation. This person had broke up with somebody too. You finally blocked it, shut it down or whatever. The other person may started to feel better and let everything fall where it may. And there's a surprise meeting for both of you. You both had to let go of something very close to your heart in the past. And there's no regrets over it. But there was a period of time, a healing time, so you could process those emotions and release and mourn not only the relationship itself, but the hopes and expectations that you had surrounding it, the plans that would never come to fulfillment. I hear don't rush into anything too quick. I hear wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. So after a big pain, somebody decided to protect their house of flowers. And there's an opportunity here. The past fear could sabotage should you allow it. But I don't see that. I see somebody here who's taking a chance. Taking a chance to make a move. Somebody protected their house of flowers. Somebody with one daughter or one sister living with them. I hear your house was ripped in two. Your house was ripped in two. Either you or the other person. New directions being given. In the ripping of the house into, new directions were given. Okay, new directions. We're moving in a new direction. We're going to fly over some shit right here. We're about to elevate and move forward. Elevation, evolution, the raising of consciousness, moving forward. Now that I know better, I'll do better. Gonna do things differently now. What else? Touch the sky. And there's assistance there. And wow. Okay. And it's like, well, as one of you is doing it, there's somebody else in your experience who's still with you that's doing it too. Interesting. Are they still with you in the physical or just in the spiritual? It's both for different ones. Okay. Elevating, raising in consciousness. For some of you, what you need to know, for somebody here, what you need to know is, yes, there's still somebody who's with you. Somebody has their daughter at home, one child or a sister or something, and your house was broken too. But the fact of the matter is, both the ones that have been removed from your life, the ones you've kicked out of your life, and the ones that are still with you, as you keep choosing this new direction for your life, as you keep choosing to elevate, evolve, and raise your consciousness and do things with spirit's involvement, it's like you open up the gateway, and all they have to do is climb up that rope too, because I know this is the girl's braid, but it's giving me that all they got to do is climb up to the rope. I hear you're larger than life. You're larger than life. So for a lot of them, when you explain, when you tell your story, when you tell your perspective, it seems larger than life. It seems bigger than they can immediately grasp. So it takes them a minute, I hear. One moment, please. Got it. Wow, pure nature. Look at you in your pure positive energy. Focused on what you're passionate about. Focused on what's true. Allowing yourself to bloom. Naked with your truth and naked with nature. The changes that are happening here, interesting, are to allow the natural self to unfold. I hear to allow the natural self to unfold. To allow your authentic nature to unfold. So somebody was holding on to a relationship that was very difficult for them with somebody who kept doing foolish shit. And I hear, if this was with a child that's been sitting here watching you, it was necessary for your child to watch you make that type of move. So as you did that, good job, mom. You gave your kid the motivation to make that type of move too when they get put in that type of position. Because you're not the only one that's going to have to make a choice to move on and let go of something that you care about. If you had let self-detriment and self-sabotage overpower wise judgment and loyalty to self-love. You would have been training and programming your child in that same direction, but your child saw you choose self-love and empowerment in your decision-making. So now your child got that as a guidance point for them. Interesting. Ooh, transformation. Look at that. So somebody here, you've been with your child. Your child has watched you go through this difficult breakup. They watched the immature shit you dealt with. They watched how you struggled and cried and fussed about somebody who wouldn't change their ways, somebody who wouldn't grow up, somebody who did this, who did that, and the other. They watched you deal with a very difficult lover. And as you chose to move away from it, it's interesting because this youngster of yours, and for some of you, this is a symbolic child. It may not be your physically birthed biological child. But there's somebody who is less experienced and less informed than you. And you just gave them the example in their life of making an empowering decision out of self-love and self-loyalty. Because too many people have been programmed, including you before, programmed to be loyal to family, loyal to lovers, loyal to anybody else, even when it was an act of self-betrayal. But see, you just switched that whole game up. You just switched that whole game up because they didn't see that from you. Not this time. They saw you put your foot down. See what I'm looking at is you honoring your true nature, making that empowered choice for yourself has attracted the attention and the transformation in another. And it's touching to them, and it's moving them, and it's having an effect in their life. So much of what we do and how we respond to situations and circumstances we saw at a young age, and we imitated our parents. So to those of us, me, for example, who had a mother who dealt with abuse from somebody who didn't contribute equally in the home, from somebody who was extremely dominant and controlling, and watch that mother stay in that cycle, chances are you then found yourself in a similar situation. But if this is you, then at some point you made a decision to break away from it. You've been learning a lot of lessons. You've been learning lessons about communicating, about what your feelings really mean, and about how your actions all need to work together with your spirit to get you where you want to be. And how sometimes you have to make difficult choices to do things that you never really thought you would do. Give me another card, please. And of course, they give me two. First, we have stranded. Stranded. Yes, this is what it was about. And then under my umbrella, see? You have this energy of giving your whole life and everything up to try to rescue somebody, to help somebody else. And stalling your own life out. But you raise your consciousness and you realize, like, okay, I can leave this information. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Somebody is a lot more stubborn than you can even see. The bottom of the deck is abracadabra. So you move away from the situation. But what you're not doing with this person who is showing very foolish behavior, who could be in a literal or symbolic prison, whoever this is, you didn't just leave the situation. You left it in the best way you possibly could. You left wisdom behind you. You left knowledge behind you. For some of you, there is a separation between you and this child now. And the child is thinking back. For some of you, you are the child and your mother is in spirit now. And you feel like you're so alone. Oh, honey, your mother is still with you. Yes. Somebody had a rainy day today. And it reminded you of your mother again. So this powerful influence of doing things in a more empowered way is here for you. It's just your decision. Are you stranded? Are you supported? And for some of you, you're sitting back watching this child of yours in a state of indecision. They have some important decisions to make at this time. And you had a conversation with them today and say, remember back when you were little and this happened in our life. And here you are reminding them of how you changed your life by letting go of something that was dragging you down, something that was anchoring you in place, not allowing you to reach the next stop on your life's journey. More cards? Yes, more cards. What cards? Okay, the Rider-Waite. Here we go. Let's see what we have. Being guided to pull a Rider-Waite over each of these oracle cards that we've just been working with from the Oracle of Mystical Moments. So our first one will go back to the beginning, which was the House of Flowers. We talked about your house being divided in two, and there were just two of you left, you and your child, or you and a sister. The household was divided into, it was a beautiful home, but there was a split that happened there. So why is this here? The Victory card. In that split, there was a victory. There was a winning in the split that happened at the House of Flowers, okay? New directions were given. So let's clarify, why is new directions here, please and thank you. Clarify new directions, please and thank you. Ooh, the Fool and the Queen of Swords. Wow, okay, so with that, I'm getting cutting out that foolish energy and bringing intellect into the picture, not just going off of pure only emotion. You're allowing your intellect to play a role in the new directions. I'm also getting from that Queen of Swords downloading that you can trust in this new beginning that you're taking. You got spiritual guidance that came from within and say, you can trust. Go ahead and make that leap. Take that leap of faith. You trusted in the guidance that you got from Spirit to start brand new. Why is Touch of Sky here? Clarify Touch of Sky, please, and thank you. Ooh, Seven of Swords in reverse. In your elevation, in your evolution, in your leaving something out, part of that was bringing what was hidden into the light. So hidden information being brought out. For some of you, there were some things that you needed to say to somebody that you kept hiding, you kept holding back. You didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You finally said that. For somebody here, you admitted to some wrongdoing that you did. This caused your elevation, caused you to outgrow a situation. And again, you're holding this lifeline. I keep getting called to call it a lifeline out to somebody who is in the middle of finding their truth because they were feeling lost and confused and in despair. I hear in despair. But there's still a channel of consciousness that allows them to see the truth, have the truth revealed. The truth is revealed somehow in your raising of your consciousness. I'm seeing like the dominoes that we had in one of these cards over here. I'm seeing that it's like as you make a choice towards your truth, all the links that you're with, it's like a tether, an invisible rope that tugs on them too, to see as well. So that's beautiful. Let's see, why is pure nature here? Clarify pure nature, please and thank you. The Eight of Swords in reverse. I love that. Because what I'm getting is that you're freeing yourself. You know, it was the natural course of action that you would at some point break free from this energy, from this situation. It was the natural evolvement of your self-awareness, of your self-empowerment, of learning lessons, like all this crap that you went through. It was the next natural thing that would happen to you as you outgrow a situation and let go. Simply let go. There's no hard feelings here, but honey, what you're doing and where you're at is just not conducive to where I'm going and where I'm at now either. And again, this is empowering your child not to restrict themselves to situations that don't allow for their natural growth and transformation. Why is transformation here? Speaking of transformation, we have the Six of Pentacles. The energy you're giving and investing in your child and in the things that you believe in, or this important person in your experience, whoever this is, it is producing fruit within this person. And this person is changing. This person is transforming. I hear right before your very eyes, somebody is transforming here. Why is stranded here? Why is stranded here? Because of Temperance. Somebody was stuck in a position because they needed to learn to make the change inside. Okay. And to trust in spirit. I hear to trust in spirit. It needs to be on their own so they can gain their confidence in spirit. So they could gain their confidence in their divine connection and begin to pay attention to their intuition when they hear it. Somebody's been in this position because they needed to learn important life lessons, and that's why they've been stuck, feeling stranded. That's why you had to let somebody go, because it wouldn't lift up their anchor to move forward with you. They were keeping their feet stuck in the same place, doing the same thing over and over again, producing the same results. Divine timing also came into play and says, it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to advance. You finished this class now. Under my umbrella. Why is under my umbrella here? Oh my gosh, really? Is it all of these? No, put them back in the deck. Okay. Well, why? Because this had something to do with the ending of the Ten of Swords. Wow, Justice is here. Interesting. And with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So under my umbrella, Justice and the Queen of Pentacles. This is you restoring balance to your life. Okay. And protecting. I hear protecting what justice. Justice is an energy of protection. And they're saying protecting what you value, protecting your worth, your value, your beauty, your home, your family, your finances. Because remember, that situation you were entertaining in the past with somebody who wouldn't change your ways was draining not only you, but your accounts for somebody. Judgment was here. You use wise judgment when you let go of an energy here. It's creating magic for you with the abracadabra at the bottom of the deck. And also, again, that card was here the other night, and it was talking about something written in the stars. The astrology of the time. Yeah, this is all by divine design. You're working with the energies as you're breaking free from ones who are not advancing like you are in spirituality. Not to say that they have to advance at the same rate that you are or be at the same place that you are spiritually, but if there was no growth there and they were stagnant, if they were kept leaving themselves anchored in a position that was not beneficial, that left them reliving traumatic cycles and experiences in their life, you removed yourself from that. And then there were others who were observing you. So those others that were observing you, they could be your spiritual kids, they could be your literal kids, they could be somebody else's kids around you. They could be somebody who just looks up to you as having more wisdom and maturity because they see the way you're moving. And you gave somebody an example that they didn't have before of putting themselves first and honoring their position. Interesting. Putting themselves first and honoring their position. So again, we talked about being overly subservient before. We talked about being overly, what was it? It was overly subservient and overly generous, maybe. There's no such thing as overly forgiving. But if that overly forgiving kept you in that same situation, it's like with this stranded card, the anchor is floating in the air. So I feel like you picked up your anchor and you're moving forward. And relationships can only be together while you are traveling at the same pace in the same waters. In other words, if we're not walking together at a similar pace, like If we're not even walking the same path, how could we walk together? So somebody here, your influence, you've given a very good example to somebody who you care very much about how to behave in love. Okay. And some of you aren't sure if you made the right move at this point in time. But Spirit is saying, yes, you've made the right move. And as I look up in this, my eyes are drawn to a comment that says, I like the way you move. Yes, Spirit is saying that to you now. So this is our free reading. We're going to close out with the one final message for everyone here. How did this apply for you? See, some of you had some very strong resonance with the message tonight. Let's see what we have from the Mahabharata Oracle as your most important guidance for you at this time. It's the most important guidance for you at this time. What do you have from Spirit? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Whoa, impartial and trickster. We had 2 cards coming out. So be impartial to this trickster energy. Ooh, I'm hearing don't let your feelings get caught up in what this person is doing. Don't let your feelings get caught up in people that be trying to lie to you. You've already exposed any deception, any lies, any cheating, any thievery. You've already exposed all that. Be impartial. It's like, okay, no response, no negative response, no positive response. It just has nothing to do with me at this point. From what? From this trickster. A trickster has been revealed. Somebody who's up to no good has been revealed. And you don't need to feel any kind of weight or well, what are they going to do now? For some of you, that's what kept you in tune with this person. Was that you were like, well, what are they going to do if I pull back my energy too? What are they going to do without me? Captain Save 'em syndrome much is what I get. So I trust that these messages served you well. It's not for you to dwell on somebody who came to you with a trickster energy, somebody who came to you with deceit, lies, thievery, cunning, who made you continually jump through hoops. But what's interesting is in this experience, you learn to safeguard your heart and to value it and to keep it near, not to give it to somebody else. Doesn't mean you can't share the love, but the love is yours. You must always protect that. And you offered the perfect example to somebody who you care very much about on how to free themselves from these situations that are a violation of loyalty to you. All right. So this is what I have for you at this time. Thank you so much for being tuned in, tapped, and turned on. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. 감사합니다. Gracias. Little bebe.